match for presidential candidate Donald J. Trump. He joins us from the campaign trail on our guest line. Mr. Trump, sounds like you had a lively evening last night in Vermont, huh?
Well, Mike, it was an amazing evening. We had 25,000 people, and the arena held 1,400. It was a ballroom. And I want to tell you, it was wild. It was amazing. It was great.
And down the street from the Bernie Sanders campaign headquarters,
right,
you got 25,000 people coming out to see.
Right, and we had some protesters, not many, right across the street, and we had a few that snuck into the hall, and it wasn't a big deal. And it actually makes it a little bit of fun. They start screaming, and you throw them out, and then they start screaming again, and you throw them out again. And so we had about 4 interruptions, which isn't so bad. And it was an amazing evening.
I had somebody tell me, I've shared this on the air many times, but the Trump factor that the pundits never get is your likability factor. Last night, you're joking about, hey, throw the protesters out in the street and don't give them their coats back because it's cold out, and everybody laughs at that. But of course, the media dutifully they wring their hands and they say, oh, Donald Trump wants protesters to be cold and freeze to death. That's what their people just aren't understanding this. Let's get right to something that I think is the most important issue of the week, of the month. You said some time ago, let's look at the refugees that are coming into this country.
Right.
Maybe we've got to put the brakes on this. We don't know if they want to do us harm. And along comes an arrest of 2 Iraqi refugees living in Sacramento and Houston. This is precisely what you were worried about, and I keep looking in the media today for stories about how this is what Trump was concerned about. I don't see any stories that are connecting those dots.
No, they don't even cover it. If they hear that it's refugees and it's Iraqi or Syrian, they don't even want to write about it. They don't want to write about it. It is so incredible. I don't understand why. I just don't get it. They don't even want to write about it. And I've seen it. I've been witness to it. And, I deal with the families of people who have been badly, hurt by their loved ones killed or other things. And they tell me the press will not write about it, Mike. It's incredible. If it's by one of the refugees.
And they were forced to write about these arrests. But it seems to me, and I heard this from caller after caller, listener after listener, when Donald Trump says we've got to put the brakes on refugees coming into this country, we've got to scrutinize what we're doing until we can figure out what's going on, and then along come 2 refugees living in our country. This is precisely why your message has resonated with so many people. But you're right that the media doesn't write about it. They don't connect the dots. They don't give you credit for it.
Mike, they're taking in thousands of people. Nobody knows how many people. I don't think our president knows. I don't think anybody knows. We don't know what we're doing. This country doesn't know what we're doing. These are people that nobody knows where they come from. Supposedly the migration, right? But you look at these migration people, and did you ever notice they're like mostly men, and they look strong, and you almost say, why aren't they fighting? And maybe they are fighting. Maybe they're fighting us. And it looks like a Trojan horse. Now, I don't know if it is or not, but there have been the 2 people, and there have been other people. And look at Germany. Look, you take a look at what's going on with Germany. That's one of the all-time. She's allowing these people to come in, 1 million people. You've seen the crime wave they have over there, where the women.
Well, I mean, they're in the middle. They're in the middle of dealing with this New Year's Eve, New Year's Day mass attack on women. And oh, by the way, the police are describing them as 18 to 35-year-old men of North African or Arab origination. Hello.
And Germany, they're having fits over there, and this woman's gone. I mean, she's gone off the ledge. At the chance. I mean, she has just gone off the ledge. She beat me out for Person of the Year. Everyone said I was going to get Person of the Year from Time Magazine. I didn't. But I am on the cover this week, which is good. And they actually did a good story. I think they feel guilty. And I said, wait a minute, I don't mind being beaten out, but how do I? All of the pundits said, even the ones that hate me, of which there are plenty, they said Trump will win. I said, I won't win because of the establishment stuff. So they gave it to Angela Merkel. And honestly, what she's done to Germany, you look at what's going on in Europe, it's incredible. And they want to do the same thing to us. And they're bringing in these people, no papers, no documents, no nothing. They're relying on their word. They're relying on their word. And we're going to have problems like you've never seen before. And you know what? Even if you said only 10% or 7% or 2%, that's a huge number of people doing really bad things.
Of course it is.
So, we're run by amateurs, and hopefully we can change that, Mike. I actually think, I can't put the words in your mouth, but I know you'd be happy about it.
Well, I'm not going to insult a huge percentage of my audience who says every day that Trump's message is resonating with them. You mentioned the pundits who hate you. I do battle with some of them on almost a daily basis, and I keep saying, why do you want to insult millions? You're at what, 40%, 42%,
42% in Reuters. Yeah, it just came out.
So when somebody talks about they say the terrible things about you and your supporters, what are these pundits and these writers and these hosts saying about huge percentages of their own readers and listeners?
Well, the other night I watched Karl Rove, and I have this massive percentage lead. And don't forget, when you have 42% and you have 15 people, that's a tremendous percentage. That's like, hey, I'd take it if you had 3 people, right? But you have 42% of the vote, and you have 15 people. And I'm watching Karl Rove sitting on Fox, I think he's a total lightweight. I'm watching Karl Rove sitting on Fox saying why 42 or why whatever the number isn't that important. Okay, and I'm saying to myself, wow, that's really bad. He can't say good about me because I knock him. He took hundreds of millions of dollars, spent them on campaigns, and didn't win one race, right? And I said, man, that is really pathetic. And then, the whole Romney thing was such a disaster because Romney should have won that race. And I think Karl Rove still thinks Romney won. But, a real
let me ask you. I got to ask you this because I don't want to run out of time here. Is Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, is that make or break for Donald Trump's candidacy?
No, but I'd love to win Iowa. I'm leading actually in Iowa. They don't say that. They never report that. The CNN poll, I'm up 33-20. You probably saw that. Of course, they never use that poll. I have one with the Des Moines Register, which is a terrible liberal newspaper that I have real questions about their honesty. I have questions about it. All they have to do when they interview 3 people, Mike, is take away 5 or 10 little chips, right? Right. And all of a sudden you don't look as good. And I'm down a little bit in that one to Cruz. But I think that I'm going to do great in Iowa. So we're talking about February 1st. Can you believe? You and I have been talking for a long time. Now we're talking about we're 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away.
I'm going to be in South Carolina for the primary process. There would be broadcasting from there, and I know South Carolina well. It seems to me
way ahead.
The people in South Carolina are saying you're going to take South Carolina without a whole lot of problems. So,
I love those people. Those people are great. The people of South Carolina, and I'm way ahead in South. Even the enemies say he's going to win South Carolina.
Well, it's a wild ride. We want to catch up with you on the campaign trail and continue to talk about it because you're right. I'm not one of these that just wants to get my jollies attacking. And frankly, when you talk about a gun-free zone being bait for sickos, that kind of stuff, that resonates with people. We're tired of this. We're tired of seeing people being sitting ducks.
Well, how about the military base where the 5 guys were killed? Great soldiers, one of them world-class soldier, and they don't have guns. And they have a big sign out. This is a gun-free zone. So this wacko sees that. He walks in with his gun and kills everybody. It's crazy.
I know how busy you are. Stay well, stay safe, and we'll talk to you again on
I'm
the
never too
trail.
busy for you. You've been a great friend, and I appreciate it. And I'll see you in South Carolina, but I'll speak to you before that, okay?
Looking forward to it. All right, thank you. Happy New Year, Mr. Trump. Appreciate you joining us.
So long.
Donald J. Trump here on the Mike Gallagher Show. Your reaction, and we'll continue to plow ahead here on the Mike Gallagher Show. Stay with us.